What's up, YouTube? This is BACH and X79. Alright, guys, I'm here on the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki because we now have the full Battle of Chaos OCG set being revealed. I thought to wait for the entire set to come out before I actually do a bit of what I call a preview video. I'm going to be picking out some pretty awesome cards. To be very honest, these cards in this set is going to be coming out in the beginning of 2022. I think it comes out February, if memory serves me correctly. And I can tell you right now, this set is stacked. I mean, if you've been paying attention to a lot of the reveals, you have Nordic, you have Dark Magician, you have Blue Eyes, Mutants are getting support, more Dogmatica, we have more Magnet Warrior support, we have more A to Z support. We have a brand new archetype, the Dino Ruffias archetype, which is basically the dinosaur waifu archetype, which is actually pretty interesting in my opinion. And to be very honest, I'm finding it very hard-pressed how Konami R&D is going to put together a set after this one, because this one is just so stacked with a lot of support, with a lot of things people want in it. So, and it isn't just oh, we're just giving support to this archetype and that's that. They really put some effort into this new support, and a lot of it is actually really good. So we're going to turn around, get rid of the video. We're going to scroll down a little bit. Okay. The one card I want to focus on for the Dark Magician stuff is going to be this guy, the Timaeus, the Dragon of Destiny. They're actually make the Legendary Dragons into effect monsters now. Timaeus was the first. If you followed how they originally released the Legendary Dragons in Dragons of Legend sets, Timaeus was the first one released, and then the year after we got both Critias and Hermos. So I expect Critias and Hermos to probably be in a future set somewhere down the road. But one thing about this is you can spend one spellcaster monster or one spell card that specifically lists Dark Magician in its tech from your hand or face up in the field to the graveyard and special summon this card. And then during your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, including at least one spellcaster monster. You can only use each effect of Timaeus, Dragon of Destiny, once per turn. And it's actually pretty damn awesome. 2000 attack, 1800 defense. A very useful card. Can load the graveyard with your Dark Magician really fast, so you can actually get it out even faster. And I can tell you right now, this is definitely a worthwhile addition into the deck. You're using monster effects for fusion summons. However, Yugi gets the support. Kaiba is not to be outdone, and I think Kaiba kind of topped Yugi in this. We have the first one, Blue Eyes, Jet Dragon. Okay. If other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So while it has a protection effect while on the field, which is just insane. So you don't really have to worry about wasting your Return of the Dragon Lords from the graveyard to actually protect your other cards. It protects all your cards, not just your dragon types. You can use each of the effects of Jet Dragon once per turn. You must have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on your field or in your graveyard to activate these effects. Okay, having a Blue Eyes White Dragon on your field or in the graveyard is exactly how Abyss's effect works as well. So I can see where Konami is going with the future of the Blue Eye support. To be honest, that's actually pretty cool. It makes Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon a lot more of an important piece in the Blue Eyes deck. Right now, it's basically a free body, a pop, and then you go into an extra deck play, whether it be a Synchro, Xyz, or Link play. And that's pretty much it. But now, what we're going to be doing is that keeping alternative on the field, we're going to be able to get additional resources onto the field or even into our hand. We can get bodies on the board with Jet Dragon, because as long as the card is destroyed by battle or card effect, alternative's effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard or from the hand, which is huge. And it's a 3k attack with 0 defense points, which makes it searchable by melody. Okay. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can target one card your opponent controls and return it to hand. So you're getting that free additional bounce to get problematic cards off your opponent's board, which is actually very good. It helps Blue Eyes play go second. And definitely I'm actually enjoying this card. we have Tyrant of the D. Now, Tyrant of the D is actually very unique. I'm actually liking this effect. If you control a Blue Eyes monster, I'm really getting tired with these ads, but all right. You can choose the attack targets for your opponent's attacks, and to be very honest, that reminds me a little bit of cards like Patrician of Darkness, which you're picking the target instead of your opponent. You can use each of the effects once per turn. You send one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or your deck to the graveyard, and then special summon this card from your hand. So it's going to be an OG Blue Eyes you're going to be loading the graveyard with. Not a bad thing. And it's a free summon. Okay. It's not using your normal summon. So that's the way I see it. You can discard Blue Eyes White Dragon, or one card that specifically lists Blue Eyes White Dragon in its deck, and then target a Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So this card can get any of the Blue Eyes monsters in your graveyard, whether it be the level 1 spellcasters back, so you can actually go into your synchro plays, or the Blue Eyes White Dragon you dumped in the graveyard can actually hit the field as well. So think about this. You have alternative, you use alternative as pop, you special summon Jet, you dump the Blue Eyes into the graveyard, special summon this guy, then you use this other effect to pitch a stone to get the OG Blue Eyes on the field. And if you pitch Whitestone of Ancients, you're going to be getting another Blue Eyes monster onto your field during your end phase, which is actually very awesome. So there's a lot of combinability with this particular card. I am liking this new support. Okay, we have the Dino Ruffias. Like I said, this is the dinosaur waifu deck. And I'm very interested in this deck, primarily because it's actually going to be more of a trap-based deck, so it's a slower-paced deck, which caught my attention. And to be very honest, yeah, I mean, if this card is normal special summon, you can set one Dino Ruffia trap directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone, which is awesome. If you have 2,000 less life points, this card gets additional 500 attack. Okay, this card is destroyed by battle or card effect. You can banish one trap card and special summon a level 4 or lower Dino Rufia monster from your graveyard, except for herself. The cool thing about the Dino Rufias is that they also have extra deck monsters, fusion monster, I think, which is a giant robot. So waifu plus swords, sold. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how this deck plays. I know a lot of people are kind of disappointed because this doesn't really work with the support doesn't really work that well with the dinosaur decks. It's going to be a deck by itself, but you know what? To me, it's kind of interesting, and I definitely like a trap-based deck. We haven't seen a lot of those in a while, so Nordics, pretty interesting, but let's see. Vampires also are actually getting some more support. I know we got Ghost Ogre. This card's normal summon. You can send another vampire card from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. Add a level 4 or higher vampire monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do, you send a level 2 or lower vampire monster from your deck to your graveyard, so you can get the lower level vampire cards online ASAP. Always a good thing. During the main phase, quick effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard, pay 500 life points, and immediately after this card effect, normal summon one vampire monster. So you're getting additional summons, and yeah, it's actually a really good support card for the R-type. One card that I actually am getting interested in is right here. We have Epsilon, which is huge. Alright, if this card is normal special summon, seriously, stop with the damn ads. You can send one level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck to graveyard except for itself, and this card's name becomes the same as the sent monsters until the end phase. So it's kind of like Elemental Hero Prisma in that regards. And then you can special summon one Magnet Warrior or Magna Warrior monster that does not share a name with any card you control from your graveyard. So if you basically dump Valkyrian, or actually if you have Valkyrian in the graveyard, you can actually get Valkyrian on the field for free. That's actually pretty cool. You can only use this effect of Epsilon Magnet Warrior once per turn. Still, it's actually a great card. I know next year we're getting Speed Duel box set. I'm kind of hoping we're going to be getting some of this new support in that box. I know it's supposed to be GX era based, but let's face it, adding more support for particular archetypes that are already released, not a bad thing. Just to help evolve the decks going forward. We are actually getting a new some more card. What the heck? Oh, we have the Agents of Venus Destruction. Banish. Seriously, this is the whole thing that I'm not liking about this site. We're getting all these ads, and it's just... You can banish one Ancient Creation Venus from your graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. You can pay life points in multiples of 500, then target one of your Mystic Shine Balls that are banished or in your graveyard for each 500 paid, and then special summon so you can get your Mystic Shine Balls back, which is awesome. But return them to the bottom of the deck when they leave the field. You can only use... So, this is not bad. You can swap out the Agent of Creation Venus. If you have your Shine Balls in the graveyard, you can pay more life points to get them back in the field. So you can actually link summon with them and then build into your Xyz plays, which is actually pretty good, in my opinion. And it's also a part tuner, so... which I think the original Venus wasn't. Okay, we also have Samorg Bird of Extermination. This is a new Samorg support here. While face up on the field, this card is also a wind attribute, so it kind of reminds you of Dark Samorg. When this, you can only use each of the following effects of Extermination once per turn. If you normal special summon a Wing Beast monster during your main phase, you can reveal this card in your hand, and immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one Samorg monster, so you get an additional Samorg monster, which is cool. If this card is normal summoned, you can send one Samorg monster from your deck to your graveyard and add one Samorg spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So, yeah, you're going to reveal this card, then get additional normal summon. You normal summon this card, and then boom, you get to search for a Samorg spell or trap. So you get the consistency, you get additional bodies on the board, you get to load your graveyard. Yeah, I mean, it helps speed the deck up a lot, and this is definitely something worthwhile for the Samorg deck. I initially wanted to do an updated version of my Samorg deck. Once we got the new draw spell for Wing Beasts, but it looks like I'm gonna have to wait for after the Chaos set to actually do that update, because I want to include that particular this particular monster in my deck. Okay, so we have Alice, Lady of Lament. Okay. I don't want the ads. I don't care about the ads. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Lady of Lament monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. So you can get Malice, and you can get Lilith back easily. You can use each of these effects of the following of Alice once per turn. Banish one trap from your hand or graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. So you get essentially a free summon right there. But I think the normal summon is a little bit better. It is level 3, so okay. If this card is tributed or destroyed by your opponents, add one Fiend monster whose combined attack and defense equal to 1,000 from your deck to your hand. So if this card is tributed, or you get or popped, you're searching your deck for another Malice or Lilith. So, okay, so this card is definitely going to allow you to access those cards a little bit easier, and it helps you get the deck going. Considering that these cards function in the Lair of Darkness, it's a welcome addition. Okay. Just want to show some of we're getting a new Illusion of Chaos ritual monster, which is basically ritual summon. This is basically like the smaller form of the Chaos Max monster. Okay, I think that's how you call it. Yeah. So ritual summon this card with Chaos form. Reveal this card in your hand. Add one Dark Magician or non-ritual monster that specifically lists Dark Magician and its text from your deck to your hand, and then place one card from your hand on top of your deck. Okay, so you can stack your deck with it and manipulate your draws. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can return this card to the hand, and then if you do, special summon one Dark Magician from your graveyard. And if you do negate that effect, you can only use each effect of Illusion of Chaos once per turn. It's not a bad card. Allows the Chaos, I mean, your Dark Magician deck to get a lot of different cheeky plays going on. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. I'm actually liking this spell Blue Eyes White Dragon plus 1 dragon monster must first be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck. By attributing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon equipped with a fusion monster, so to get this particular second thing, you have to utilize the Fang of Cradius, Tyrant Wing, fusion summon out that card, and then bring out, get a Blue Eyes on the field, and then fusion summon and equip the Tyrant Wing Dragon onto the Blue Eyes in order to do that. That's a lot of resources to get the second effect. It's just easier to do the fusion summon, especially since Blue Eyes is now getting its own fusion spell. This card is unaffected by traps. All right, not that big. You can't get this card off the field with what was it? Evenly matched or negate its effect with Imperm. So okay, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. It has 3,400 attack, so yeah, that's pretty good. Once per turn, if this card battles at the end of your damage step, you can target 1 spell, 1 trap in your graveyard and set it to your spell and trap code. So you can actually recycle your traps like the new trap card that came out in the Megatins. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. I could say this definitely interesting. All right, we have some of the Dino Ruffias. What is this card? Fusion cards here. So we're going to take a look at them. So we got the... All right, so the Dino Ruffias Kent Regina. Okay. 2 Dino Ruffias monsters with different names. It loses attack points equal to your life points. Oh, okay, so you can only use each of the following effects of Kent Regina once per turn. During the main phase, quick effect, you can pay half your life points, then banish 1 Dino Ruffias normal trap from your graveyard. This becomes that trap card's name. So this is when it's activated. If this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Dino Ruffias monster from your graveyard. So basically, in this particular situation, it becomes kind of like a trap trick effect, or even trap trick. No, trap trick gets the trap on the field. It's the trap trick effect monster. I'm just forgetting the name of it. The one that can you know which one I mean. But still, it acts like that, which is not bad, but it's only just for the Dino Ruffias normal traps. Okay. And of course, we got the Stealth Begia, which is the big robot. All right. If you have 2,000 less life points, you do not pay life points to activate trap cards. Okay. Or Dino Ruffias monster effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Stealth Begia once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can inflict damage to them equal to that monster's original attack. So you get a little burn damage in there. If this card is destroyed by battle, you get a special summon at a level 4 or lower Dino Ruffias monster from your graveyard. So you get to replace your resources. Not bad. I'm going to keep going. This is the one that I was talking about, the Ultimate Fusion. This is the Blue Eyes Fusion spell. During the main phase, fusion summon 1 fusion monster that lists Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as a material. Then by shuffling fusion materials listed on it and from your hand or field or graveyard into the deck, including at least 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate, you can then destroy face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blue Eyes monsters and Ultimate Dragon as material that you used as material from the field. All right, so what does this card do? Well, it helps clear the board, your opponent's board. It helps you recur resources, and it puts a fusion monster on the board. Plus, it's a quick play spell, and it has fusion in its name, which we all know what that is going to lead to. Predaplant Anaconda being utilized in the Blue Eyes decks. But ultimately, I'm liking the recursion effect right there. I actually do like this effect a little bit better now. Especially with the new fusion monster that's out in the same set. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at some of the Dino Ruffias traps. We have Dino Ruffias Domain. During main phase, you're paying half of your life points to fusion summon 1 Dino Ruffias monster from your extra deck. using monsters from your hand deck or field as fusion material. Okay, so it's a trap. You have to set it. You have to wait. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you have 2,000 life points or less. You can banish the card from the graveyard. You take no damage. Not bad. I mean, so you get the fusion in the traps. Again, you're paying half your life points. For the rest of the turn, you can special summon monsters, Dino Ruffias monsters. Also special summon from your graveyard up to 2 Dino Ruffias monsters whose total levels equal 8, but they cannot declare attacks when your opponent activates a card or effect. If you have 2,000 less points or less, you banish this card from your graveyard and you take no damage. So you get the protection of the Dino Ruffias traps and you're getting your monsters back. So it's kind of actually getting pretty good support, and I'm very interested here in how this set's going to do. What cards are going to wind up being the secrets and stuff like that out of this set. Personally, I can't wait to see this set come out here in the TCG, although we're not done with the video just yet. I am going to be taking a look at one more pack, and that's going to be the Duelist pack, Duelist of the Abyss. This is the Water Attribute Duelist, Legendary Duelist set that we're going to be probably getting next year. They haven't announced when that's coming out next year. I would think maybe around March, because Battle of Chaos is coming out in February. I know we're getting a couple other sets in January, so it could come out in January. Who knows? It should be out early next year. I'm saying either January or March probably would be the best time to release this set. Typically, these Duelist packs are going to be picking 3 characters from the anime and giving those decks more support. As we see Shark or Nash in his Barian form. So we're going to be getting new support for him. We haven't gotten the support really revealed just yet. However, Mako Tsunami is in this set as well as Sky Zaizen. Mako Tsunami already had support come out in a previous Legendary Duelist collection. I think it was like the first one with Joey. Not bad. I mean, I can tell you now, it wasn't bad. It added a lot of stuff, but I think this numerous support from Mako actually takes it to a whole nother level, and it's definitely something to keep your eyes on. And Sky Zaizen, well, you're kind of wondering, well, she's a Trickstar player. No, later in the Rain series, she also picks up the Marinus S, which is Water Attribute, and yeah, the Marinus S gets some pretty awesome support. So Konami R&D is killing it with this new support. All right, I'm going to be focusing in primarily on the spell cards that Mako is getting. Okay, first and foremost, we have Fish Sonar. Add 1 level 7 or lower monster that is a water or normal monster, or specifically list Yumi in its text from your deck to your hand. If Yumi is face up on the field, you can special summon 1 water or normal monster from your deck. Okay, so automatically I'm seeing this card here. I mean, it works well with anytime Yumi's up. The primary reason why I'm loving this card so much is basically because you have a deck like Phantasmal Spiral Dragon. Alright, I know the big monster is a level 8, so you can't really search this card. But if you have it in your hand, it's a free summon. Oh, actually, but if you have Yumi, you're getting it on the field without having to get the equip spells on the field, and that's actually a big deal. It can also search out any other level water monsters that are level 7 or lower, and that's also very good. So you're getting 1 of 2 effects off of this card, and it just makes it very solid. Definitely something that I am going to want to include in my update for Phantasmal Spirals. The other card is Sea Stealth 2. Now, Stealth 2 here, don't care, is a continuous spell. This card becomes Yumi while face up on the field or in the graveyard. Okay, so that's actually pretty huge. You don't actually have to have a field spell that acts as Yumi on the field. You can actually have this continuous spell card. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what they did with Counter Fairies, where you had the Ancient Sanctuary field spell, and they made the continuous spell act as that card's name. Your opponent cannot target water monsters you control with non-water monster effects. That right there is huge. There are no water decks in the meta, and this level of protection is just amazing, and it works with any water deck, which is literally, yeah, insane. I'll just say it. It's insane. So you could actually take this continuous spell and actually figure out a way to get into Marinus S, and all of a sudden now your opponent's not touching your monsters without water monster effects on the field. So you just neutralized that. And with the Marinus S actually picking up a negate in one of the Link monsters, yeah, that's actually even better. Okay, so at the start of the battle phase, if you could special summon one monster that specifically lists human and attacks one water normal monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, but destroy it at the end of the turn, really doesn't apply to Marinus, but again, something like Phantasmal Spiral Dragon, definitely worthwhile. All right, so that's the support. I'm actually liking both of these spells pretty well. Let's take a look at this trap card. All right, send one face-up human you control to the graveyard. You cannot special summon monsters until the end of your next turn, except for water monsters. Also special summon 2 water normal monsters and/or monsters that specifically list human in attacks with different names from your hand or deck and defense position. Okay, so it can help you get your Exceeds players going, which isn't bad. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon any. Then, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon any number of level 6 or lower normal water monsters from your hand or deck. Okay, that's interesting as well. So you get additional bodies on the board. So this guy can flood the field. It's not bad. It's a trap, so it's kind of slow, but all right. Okay, for Marinus S, this is something that I'm actually looking at hard. So we got Spring Girl right here. Okay, banish one Marinus S monster from your graveyard. Okay, automatically banishing from the graveyard to special summon. We do know that one of the Marinus S monsters do power boost your other Marinus S monsters on the field when they are banished. So, okay, interesting little play there. Special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent from the graveyard as a material for a Water Link monster, send cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard equal to the number of Marinus S monsters you control, and then inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Marinus S monster sent to the graveyard by this effect. You can only use each effect of Spring Girl. So they're adding in some burn effect damage to Marinus S. Okay, not bad. I like. But it really requires, yeah, and remember, it's Marinus S monsters you control, so they can't be equipped to another monster. They have to be in the monster zone, so I'm not sure how much damage you're going to really get off this, but anything extra that can actually get you to that win condition is good. So, okay, so let's do Sleepy Mating here. Okay, so you can target one Marinus S card you control, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, it gains this effect. That target cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects while this card is on the field. Okay, while this card is in the monster zone. Okay, so that's not bad. You get that whole tower style effect in there. You can ban this card from the graveyard and then target one Marinus S Link Monster, and then you get to equip another Marinus S Link Monster from your graveyard to that target, and you can only use each effect once per turn. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. You can get additional Link monsters equipped onto a bigger Link. With Battle Ocean, all of a sudden now that becomes even better. Okay, I see that. It's a level 5. So you can't really search that. Okay. We are missing one card here that are in the new cards. All 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All 8 of these cards are the new cards, and then the rest are going to probably be reprints. So we are missing one new card that hasn't been revealed, but this is the new link that actually was shown. And this is the negate. It's a link 4, 2300 attack. 2 or more water monsters. Your opponent's monsters cannot attack other monsters while this card is in the extra monster zone. Okay, so you're protecting your small monsters. Good. You can only use each of the following effects of Argo Argonaut. For once per turn, you can target one water monster you control, and one monster your opponent controls. Return them to the hand. Okay, so you get kind of like a joint compulse effect. When a spell or trap card or effect is activated on the field during your opponent's turn, quick effect, special summon one Marinus S monster equipped to this card and negate that effect. Okay, so all of a sudden now, with the equip, it actually makes Marinus S get that extra level of protection against spell and traps, and then of course, like I said, you have the continuous spell up all of a sudden now your opponent can't be using monster effects against your water monsters. So yeah, definitely Marinus is definitely getting the support it needs to actually really take itself up another level. Over here we're getting Marinus Dive. Okay, activate one of these effects, but you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, except for water monsters. Target one non-link Marinus monster in your graveyard, special summon it, or if Battle Ocean's on your field, special summon one Marinus monster from your deck. Okay, so it's either a Monster Reborn or it's an Emergency Teleport, and it's any Marinus monster. Which means okay, this is going to be very, very interesting to see how we're going to play with this deck now. I think possibly we might be seeing maybe Format Skipper coming into the deck with Parallax Seas just to be able to potentially search stuff. Search stuff like the new level 5 Marinus S. That's just my thinking here, but it's going to be interesting. Okay, so we have Circulation. This trap is actually pretty interesting. Alright, so we target one water link monster you control, return it to the extra deck, and then you can special summon a Marinus link monster from your extra deck with the same link rating but a different name. But this turn it cannot attack directly and also cannot be destroyed by battle. If this is treated as a link summon. Okay, just remember that. If you control a Link 3 or higher Marinus monster, you can actually activate this card from your hand. So this falls in line with a lot of the other Marinus trap support that you have to have a Link 3 or higher. But being able to swap out your links, that's not a bad thing to do, because then you can have Wonderheart on the field and then swap it over into your new link, which is the Omnigate. And considering that it is treated as a link summon, Battle Ocean's effect should trigger, which is basically monsters you control in the extra monster zone. Okay, when you link summon a Marinus monster to the extra monster zone, except during the damage step, equip up to 3 Marinus link monsters with different names from your graveyard to that link summon monster. So it is going to trip it off, and you can do this during your opponent's turn and basically give yourself those negates. So this is actually going to be very awesome in that particular situation. So this is definitely going to be a play. And then we have Bubble Ring, if I can get to it. You have when a monster declares an attack, negate the attack, and if you do, you get to summon a Marinus Crystal Heart from your extra deck or graveyard. So you're actually getting a key component to the Marinus deck onto the field. You can banish this card from the graveyard and target one Link 2 or higher Marinus monster you control. This turn, the maximum number of attacks per battle phase equals its link rating, but your opponent takes no damage. Alright, so no damage, but you still are going to be able to get monsters off your opponent's field. And in my opinion, in the long run, yeah, that kind of works a little bit better, because at least then your opponent's going to be a little bit more hard-pressed to actually deal with your board, because you just cleared out theirs. So, all in all, I'm liking the new support. This is definitely going to add some teeth to the Marinus deck. I'm kind of wondering what we're going to get in this last new card slot. We're also missing 2 of the reprints. We got Sea Angel, we got Coral Anime, we have Crystal Heart. I expect something like Wonderheart or one of the Link 3s to be reprinted in this. As for this, Pascalis, probably the newer Marinus that actually power boosts. Alright, is Pascalis the one that power boosts when it's banished? I keep forgetting this. No, Pascalis is the one that can actually get you your spell and trap cards back to your hand. So no, it's probably gonna be it's probably gonna wind up being that other one that can actually power boost when it's banished, because we have the effect of Spring Girl, which can actually just power boost, which can actually banish cards from the monster from the graveyard, and that makes the most sense in my opinion to really put into this reprints. But that being said, like I said, we don't have any of Shark's new cards yet, but I got a feeling they're going to be pretty awesome, especially if the rest of these cards are just amazing for the decks, and the Water Tribute, regardless. That being said, guys, I'm really excited to see both of these sets come out here in the TCG. I can't particularly wait for both of these sets. I know we got Burst of Destiny coming out in a few weeks. But after that, yeah, these are pretty much the sets that I'm going to be probably gunning for hard. Well, maybe Brothers of Legend, but still, definitely I'm very hyped. I can't wait to see Sharks cards being revealed. They should be coming out in the next couple of weeks as well. So, guys, until next, as always, if you like the video, give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this on my channel, make sure to subscribe. And enable notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Guys, check out the description box. Find an invite link to my Discord server. Join the conversation. We'll love to have you. Check out the links to my affiliates, tcgplayer.com as well, sidedeckversus.com. Great resources for any Yu-Gi-Oh player. Follow me on social media. And guys, until next time, peace.